We're in Olathe, Kansas. Day 2 of our Kansas-Missouri trip. We are switching gears from Civil War to Oregon Trail. And this is my favorite history ever. We just pulled in, so we're going to kind of get ourselves acquainted here and figure out what's going on. We have all day. Who knows what we're going to do?
The most historic, important frontier trail campsites in America. It was used as a campground and rendezvous point for all three nation's great western roads to the frontier, Santa Fe, Oregon, and California trails. 4 decades of this was used starting in 1821. Thousands of traders bound to and from Santa Fe
Okay, we've left Elm Park Campground. Dave, show them the book we found. Well, we have.
We have this National Historic Trail book we picked up out west somewhere.
Casper, Wyoming, at the Interpretive Center. And it shows all the points on the
little map here. And that's supposed to be the Westport Landing, some other stops, and we're trying to go to this where the ruts are.
Prairie Village Ruts. Park. Wagon swells and interpretive signs. Okay? We're heading out. Southeast corner of the pavilion, there's a swell. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's there. We're gonna go visit that book again, find out where we're gonna end up next. Okay, we're at Flat Rock Creek Indian Campground. This was used by Santa Fe Trail, California, Oregon Trail. It was first noted and established as Flat Rock Creek and campsite by the Federal Survey of the Santa Fe Trail in 1827. We just rolled in to Gardner Junction. It's right off this little highway. There's a little walking path. We haven't been out there yet, but this right here, these little kiosks right here, it shows stops along the map, depending on which trail you want to follow. They're numbered and they have pictures. And I thought that was pretty neat. We don't have time to take this on. Like one day we are going to do the Oregon Trail. We're here at Gardner Junction. We're eating our sandwiches from yesterday. We're kind of reevaluating what we want to do. I think we're going to head back to our camper because we forgot to put the solar panel out. And we need to charge up our truck camper battery since we're not moving tonight.
We might need that battery charged up for our heater in the camper that runs on propane.
Yeah. After we left Lone Elm Campground, we ventured into Missouri. We tried finding some Oregon Trail places down in there, but we were quite frankly surprised the number of people that were on the interstate.
Yep.
I-35 was packed. We don't like big cities anyway. There was construction, so we kind of bailed on that idea pretty fast. And then we were pretty disappointed. We went to the Prairie View Creek. And Park. They had ruts, but the kiosk had been torn away, so we had no really information. This actually right here at Gardner Junction and Lone Elk Campground has been the most interesting. Right here at Gardner Junction is when Santa Fe, California, and Oregon Trail split up.
Yes.
Anything else, Dave, on all this info we've taken in today?
Well, there's all kinds of trail stops. It comes from the Missouri-Kansas River at Westport and the Kansas River at the ferry crossing that Moses Gittner had. And then there's stop 1 through 10 from the Oregon Trail is stopped from Fort, what do you call it?
Fort Osage?
Fort Osage at Shelby. And that follows I-35 to I-435 to I-470.
We got somebody shooting.
I think he's shooting at targets.
But his sound is starting to get closer to us, so we're kind of paying attention now. But I think when we leave here, we're going to go back to our campground, get the solar panels up. We just got back. Had a rush down here. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I see sun shining on the water, I just have to get down here, get a picture of it. Video. Dave is up there getting our solar panels out. Beautiful. We are getting supper ready. I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out. Asparagus, it's about to go in the fire. I've already got pulled pork and corn on the cob. We'll show you the finished product. There's the asparagus, it's done. There's my plate, I'm going to put it on there. Dave's getting his plate ready. We're going to eat, we're hungry. They're so cute. They picked up trash together. And now they're going over places we should stop at. Historic places. He's not really a local. He's from the city. That would be Kansas City.
We have borrowed a drone and Dave is practicing. This is his first flight other than our yard.
These are the days I will remember. These are the faces I need most. Everything changes, but I'll keep forever. These days I will remember. These days I will remember. Still got that trophy that says second place. Still got that breakup letter from my old flame. And I know it's been too long to recall it right, but you don't forget the goodbyes, and you don't forget the good times. Still got that scar from my one and only fight. Still remember when your father left and we drove all night. And I know it's been too long to recall it right, but you don't forget the goodbyes, and you don't forget the good times. No, you don't forget the goodbyes, and you don't forget the good times. These are the days I will remember. These are the faces I need most. Everything changes, but I'll keep forever. These days I will remember. These days I will remember. Still got that blanket from when you were born. That night love hit me like a heavy storm. And I know it's been too long to recall it right, but you don't forget the goodbyes, and you don't forget the good times. No, you don't forget the goodbyes, and you don't forget the good times. These are the days I will remember. These are the faces I need most. Everything changes, but I'll keep forever. These days I will remember. These days I will remember. These are the days I will remember. These are the faces I want close. If everything changes and we're not together, these days I will remember. These days I will remember. These days I will remember. Sometimes you know it's time to.
The next morning, we decided we packed up the truck camper. We left Louisburg Lake and on the way down to Fort Scott Kansas, we decided to stop at the Mary DeCygnis massacre site. On May 19th, 1858, pro-slavery men killed 5 Free State men and wounded 5 others in a ravine that is now listed as a National Historic Landmark. The massacre, which followed earlier guerrilla warfare activities on both sides, shocked the nation and became a pivotal event in the Bleeding Kansas era.
Murder on the Mary DeCygnis, the bloodiest single incident in Kansas, Missouri border struggles of 1854 to 1861 occurred on May 19th, 1958, when 30 pro-slavery Missouri seized Kansas Free Statemen, 11 of them, near trading posts, marched them to a ravine 225 yards north of this area marker. Lining their prisoners, they callously shot them down, killing 5, wounding 5 others. 1 escaped injury. A few weeks after that, the massacre, John Brown arrived here, built a 2-story log fort about 14 by 18 foot, which occupied with few men through the summer. In December, he made a raid into Missouri, which 11 slaves were liberated. 1 man was killed. Yeah, they had a pump and everything set up so they can pump water. Look at they did have a nice view of this valley. You see how they made those hinges where they can open it from the inside and swing out? See this, where they have their guns stuck out? See these unlatched from inside, it swings out, they stick their guns out and shoot. Same way with this one.
We're down at the ravine, and they have this little machine where you spin it. It says ready.
I guess it's not working.
Oh, it's not working. Okay, well, we're going to have to give them a little synopsis here, Dave.
That's the ravine where the 11 men got shot.
1856, the Kansas-Nebraska Act gave Kansas the right for its people to vote if it was going to be a free state or a slavery state. And there were border ruffians from Missouri that came over and tried to intimidate the free state men. So they came over to Trading Post, Kansas. I think his name was Hamilton. He marched 11 men over here to this ravine. They shot them. 5 died, 5 lived. 1 escaped without injury. And this is what started all of the Bleeding Kansas
massacres
history stuff, trying to make sure that people, the Missouri ruffians or the Free State people, trying to affect the election. And this is what brought John Brown in. He came in 2 weeks later and built the house, which is a fort then. And then Hatzel built a house with a spring running through it. Is that about the gist of it, Dave?
Yes. We're in the town of Trading Post. This is where the 11 men was grabbed by the Missouri ruffians and taken over the hill down to the ravine to the massacre site, 2 miles downstream. And one of the wives of the men heard about her husband being taken, and she followed downstream and found the wounded guys, tried to tend to their wounds afterwards. And then here's a memorial of the name of the men. Apparently 5 of them died right away, and then the other 5 died of their wounds.
We are heading south to go see Mine Creek Battlefield in Fort Scott, Kansas. Make sure and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more free camping and interesting spots along the way. We'll see you on the road.